And welcome to a very special episode of the Zero One Shootout here on the JTR Podcast Network. This is Mark Redman coming to you from the Noodles position in Champaign, Illinois, and I'm joined by the birthday girl, Minderz. Happy birthday!
Thank you.
So,
I'm
uh,
feeling a little out of the loop today for some reason.
why, however, could that be?
I don't know. I'm not sure I trust you. And then you get the giggles, and I'm like,
I know,
crap.
I know. Well, I'll tell you, I've got some people that wanted to send their good wishes, so they sent me some videos today, so we're gonna play those
Oh
over
boy.
the course of the episode.
Okay.
But not only that, Miners, we do have a special guest who's going to be joining us live in the studio here.
Yeah, can we get Mr. Christmas in here?
Yes, let's get Mr. Christmas in. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of the Indies, Zero One Thursday Night Throwdown general manager, ring announcer, commentator, jack of all trades, Mr. Robert Leach. Rob, how is here?
Hello, I don't look like Mr. Christmas. As Minderz said before we went live, I look like I just woke up.
To be fair,
Sorry,
so did
Rob. Didn't realize you could still hear me.
Listen, I've actually been awake all day. I did not take a
Okay.
nap. So
Well, then maybe
you should-
that's why you look so tired. Maybe that's
You
it.
should have heard what she said before I even turned the feed on.
Oh, jeez.
I
I'm
didn't
kidding.
say
I
anything.
She didn't say anything. I'm kidding.
imagine. The second best ring announcer. Yeah, I can imagine.
No, that wasn't me.
Hey,
that was
you-
not me.
You, sir, were the unanimous choice for Zero One Ring Announcer of the Year at the Shooty Awards, so don't forget that.
Well, I appreciate that. That was cool.
Yes. Uh, so, like we said, Minderz, we kind of, I'm not going to say we went all out because I could have probably done more, but like I said, we had a handful of our favorites from Zero One wanted to send their good wishes to you, and I know you're worried that
I'm a
some of them
little
might
concerned.
not be some might not be nice to. So I'm going to start. I'm going to play the one that he was probably the nicest. Okay.
Okay. So
All
I
right.
get the nicest one first. All right.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Here you go.
It's only right that I make this video to the best person who makes the best signs for me. Happy birthday, Mindy.
Aww. Iron
Devontae
Cakes
and
loves
friend.
me.
Devontae's so
Hey.
cool.
He is. So, Rob, I'm going to ask you, since this is the first time you've actually been a guest. We
Yeah.
had you as a co-host, but this is the first time you've been a guest.
Uh-huh.
So, how did you get into the business? And who did you look up to like before that? Like,
So I started watching wrestling, like became a real wrestling fan in like 2014, which is kind of late for compared to a lot of people. I was 13 at the time, but my mom's boyfriend at the time really liked wrestling, and it was on like every single week. And I started like they started hyping up the Hall of Fame because it was right before WrestleMania that year, and I saw the Hall of Fame induction video for Paul Bearer. And I was like, that guy seems really cool. And I started watching a lot of Paul Bearer's stuff, realized he managed this guy called The Undertaker, got really into The Undertaker. And so it was guys like Paul Bearer and The Undertaker at first that really got me kicked off on it. And the guys I looked up to at the time were really like, I always took consideration to ring announcers and commentators because I really liked the vocal work. And I never really wanted to wrestle. I was like, that's too much. I don't want to get hurt. I don't like being hurt. But I love talking. So I kind of went in that way. And the way I got into the business is one time there was a local baseball game happening, and after the game was a wrestling show, a local independent wrestling show. And my mom was like, do you want to go? I have season tickets to the baseball games, and we can just watch wrestling afterwards. I was like, sure. And I saw it, and I was like, this is really cool. And I emailed them and got involved, and there was the start.
nice.
Was that
I
a
say,
Springfield
I remember
Cardinals game?
No, it was the Springfield Sliders at the time.
Okay.
I remember watching Rob when he was managing for a
Oh,
certain
yeah.
gentleman.
Yeah, so I started doing commentary, and like I ring announced one time when I was about a year in, and to be frank, I did terrible. It was awful. Because I was trying to be like a heel commentator, and I was trying to be a heel commentator, and I felt like because I was a heel commentator, I had to be a heel ring announcer, but I didn't know anything about being a heel or ring announcing. So I was just the most boring, flat-toned person you could ever imagine. Absolutely nothing. I sucked.
See, I'm kind of the same way as you. I never wanted to wrestle. I was actually always wanted to be a manager more than anything.
Oh
But
yeah,
then, as I got older, then I started watching like Jim Ross, and then same
mhm.
deal with the commentators.
Yeah. I never super considered managing, but there was one year I was doing a charity show. This was 2018, and some like I was just gonna be there, and some dude had donated like $100 or something like that for me to be in a battle royal. And I was like, no, 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 no. And this was way before I ever considered getting in the ring. I was just like, no, I'm not doing that, but I'll manage somebody if I can select somebody to be in it. And Dan Liplock was like a couple weeks after his debut match at this point. And I was like, would you do it and I can manage you? And that's kind of where that was the first time I managed Dan Liplock was in July of 2018.
I remember that. I love that. That was so fun. Although, granted, this new persona has took over Mr. Dan Liplock, and
Oh,
I really like this. Really like this new persona.
Trust me, if he was still doing Dan Liplock, I have a strong feeling he would not be the heavyweight champion by now.
I agree with you. Agree with you.
No, but and I was thinking about it like yesterday. I was just like, man, I've really managed a lot. A lot of people that I've managed have really skyrocketed afterwards. You know, I managed Dan Liplock, and now he's known as Mad Dog Conley, the 01 USA heavyweight champion. I've managed Anakin Murphy in the past, and look at him now going all over the country. I managed B-Rad one time at IWAU, and he is now finally the IWAU club champion.
Jeez. See, you just
That last one,
skyrocket everybody. That's what you do.
yeah, I managed the Skimahorns for a while in Anafied Underground, AFU Hardcore, and now they don't. I don't even know if they wrestle.
Oh, well, they can't all be. They all can't be winners.
they all can't be winners, but you know the things I've done for people. No, they all did it on their own. Trust me.
So I did see last Thursday you had a special visitor that came to see us all.
Oh
Santa
yes,
Claus was in the room, or Santa Claus was in the building.
Yes, he was. He took time out of his busy schedule to come out to Thursday Night Throwdown and delight the crowd and delight myself by beating the hell out of Hot and Heavy and Chan.
Yep, it was great. It was a great time.
Oh yeah, I love Santa Claus. He's really cool.
Well, how many years did Joey say that Santa Claus has stunnered him? Like it was like 7 or something
He
like
said
that?
it was like 8 years now.
8 years? He's been stunned by I was like, yo, you ever think about getting off the naughty list there, buddy? Might help.
Oh yeah, and you know what? He tried to make amends with Santa Claus. This past Tuesday, he went over to IWAU in Noble, and he got stunned by the Grinch. Like, man, you gotta. Christmas is not your time, Joey. Just hide under a blanket for the season.
Sounds like a plan to me. He doesn't have a belt he has to defend anymore, so just let him go back under.
It's been awful for him this year. He lost the title earlier in December. Now he's getting beat up by Santa Claus, and God knows what's going to happen this week.
Right? Well, he's going to get beat up by Santa Claus again because that's happening this week. So.
Well, yeah, that's I'm saying.
Well, Reb, do you want to run through last Thursday since we got Rob here?
Why don't we? And I actually remembered to keep the graphics up from last week, so I actually have.
Woohoo! I'm so proud of you.
All right,
making
because
progress.
I don't remember.
All right, now the tricky part is getting them in order.
Papa Pullman. He's forewarning Joey to stay away from the Easter Bunny.
Oh yeah, the Easter Bunny's got that lethal capo kick.
Yeah. I was say,
Those feet, that can be lethal.
and thanks to everybody in the chat for the birthday wishes. I'm seeing them all. So
All right. Well, the first match we had on Thursday, we had Bradley Booker taking on the Luminary with Hippie Johnny in their corner, and I was impressed by this one. Bradley hung with Jacques through that match.
I'm still saying Bradley just needs to slow down just a little bit. He still goes really fast. So, but at least he is doing better. He's getting better each time I see him. So, but this is driving me crazy.
What?
Oh,
His
Bradley.
pointing at himself. Bradley.
Bradley. I love it. I think it's so funny. No,
It's
so
funny, but it drives me nuts.
Bradley Booker is the forgotten trainee of Mad Dog Connolly. That's what I like to call him, because we've had such great. I mean, Kenny Calix, Hippie Johnny, B.A. Malkin all came out of Mad Dog Connolly's direct training. The Luminary has learned from Connolly. So has Anakin Murphy, guys like that. Bradley Booker was there with them all through the whole thing, but he just never got the start along with everyone else. And I thought he got a hold of me. He said he wanted to start coming out, and I was like, okay. The first few weeks, he didn't necessarily endear himself to the crowd, but it looks like he's kind of starting to turn a new leaf. So I've been impressed.
He's starting to get some people behind him. So, especially when he's fighting people like the Luminary that aren't exactly crowd favorites, but
I can't believe Hippie Johnny joined the light. That's insane.
I couldn't either. But I knew Kenny wasn't going to. I knew Kenny wasn't going to.
I don't think Kenny ever could.
No. Well, I don't think he was ever going to turn his back on Anakin. So.
Oh no, and Papa Pullman would not ever let him live that down.
I'm sure Papa Pullman will. We know he's in the comments, so I'm sure we'll get some chats from him here.
That could have made for an awkward Christmas if.
A little bit of an awkward Christmas. No. All Papa Pullman says, no.
No.
So, what do you think, Greb? Because you were the one that had to watch it on Patreon.
Yeah,
So,
I watched it when I got home work today. It's funny. You go 2 weeks ago, Bradley's getting used to whack Hardy in the head by Connolly, using him like a projectile. But yeah, I'm seeing just a ton of potential out of Bradley. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does as he moves up and faces some of the like the Devantes, I dare say the CMCs, the Theos. Let's see how he does. But oh, there you go. He's still bigger than both of them.
Papa Pullman could beat the hell out of someone. All right, he's got the meat cannon on him. He could take care of business.
I'm sure he could. I love Papa Pullman. He's so nice. But well,
Yes.
Speaking of, you said CMC, Reb.
Yeah, we should mention the second match that we had. We had CMC against Max W. House. I will say this: Max has a more substantial container for his coffee now.
Yes.
He had the big metal tumbler. Not for nothing, it could be used for the occasional illegal assist if he chose to go that route. But
I don't think Max is going to go that route anytime soon.
Well, no, but it's good to have it if you need.
Yeah, those paper cups are not they're not good news, especially around the wrestling ring.
No.
No, but those metal ones, you can get a nice hollow sound when you bounce it off of somebody's head like CMC. Oh yeah, wait, I'm not supposed to say that right now, am I?
No.
And I tell you what, he uses it as a weapon, and he'll still have a nice hot coffee afterwards.
There you go.
This is true.
That's the important part.
Sorry, Minderz, old habits.
I know. That's okay. He's on my naughty list right now anyway. So.
DLC?
No, CMC.
Oh.
He's on my naughty list. He didn't get a Christmas present done for me in time.
I'm gonna say this though. CMC looks like he's trying to channel his inner Reb though with the beard now. It's about to where mine was when he cut mine off.
But that was the rubber match between those two. So are we going to see more of it? Because CMC won it. So
yeah, the fans really wanted the rematch after the first week, and so we did it again. And CMC went out there and did nothing but roll-ups the whole match for 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
Right.
And I was like, you know what, CMC, you got the win. You got your win back, but I think we need to see one more. We need to see you guys do something in this match.
They did something because this
Yeah.
was a lot, but this was a better match, I think,
Oh, yeah.
than the
Oh, yeah.
previous week. So
So
They-
where does Max go from here after losing the two to CMC?
Well, so I don't know. I haven't really talked to Max on what he might want to do. I know that this week I think Max is just in the Battle Royal. Because we do have a Battle Royal, which I know we'll get to later.
Yep.
But honestly, it depends just where he wants to go. Maybe if he wins the Battle Royal, then the next step is naturally BA Malkin.
Yikes. I don't think Max is ready
Yikes.
for BA yet.
Well, Minderz, I
No,
hope
not-
you're ready for BA though, because
Oh no!
I told you-
No.
I told you we have some people send some videos in,
Oh
and
boy.
I played you with a nice one first to kind of
Oh
get you.
boy.
We got to
So
hear
are
it.
you ready?
Yeah, we're all going to hear this apparently.
Yes. You ready?
I
Here we go.
guess.
Hey, old Minderz. Yeah, that's right. It's your favorite wrestler, the TNT champion, B.A. Malkin. And I heard you have a birthday today. Is that right? Oh, shoot. Well, maybe I should wish you a happy birthday. But before I do that, how's that foot doing? Does it still hurt? I still hope it hurts. And you gotta tell CMC to be gentle next time. Happy birthday, Minderz. P.S. That fudge was absolutely terrible.
Good. I'm glad. Good. What a jackass. There's
Not-
a reason
not
I
a-
call him bitch ass.
Not a ringing endorsement for the fudge, which I disagree with, by the way. That is some good fudge.
Is he dumb? Has he not seen you out of the wheelchair?
I guess not.
My
Oh, maybe
God.
he's referring to like lingering pain. I don't know.
Maybe he's hoping it still hurts. I don't know.
Doesn't
Hey,
he
Myron's
know
in
that
the
things
chat.
stop? Who's in the chat?
Myron.
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 Myron got a big win on Thursday.
Oh my goodness gracious! It's Myron.
Yeah, BA. I don't get it. BA hates me. I don't know why. I don't know why. He doesn't like my signs.
You tend to aggravate him.
I do aggravate him. Thank you. Hey, Devontae, I'm bringing down the face mask just to rub that in a little bit more too. I guess I'll have to ask him. I'll have to ask him if his face still hurts. I don't know. Rob, what did you think? Was the fudge terrible?
No, the fudge is great. Oh my gosh.
It is good fudge.
It's great fudge.
So BA just doesn't have decent taste. All right, I got it.
Oh,
Not
no,
a problem.
He doesn't.
Well, he has the taste of Devontae's butt on his breath after the last couple times he's been in the ring with him, so maybe that had something to do with it.
That's true. That's true.
All right, well, let's move on here. Third
Well,
match.
if you move on, you're going into the BA match. So.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, all right, where did the graphic go? Do I not have a graphic? And we'll go with that. It was BA against
Hardy Marty.
Hardy. Thank you. I thought that was it. You know, as good as Hardy's been in the ring, you know, he's just been he's been cooking lately, and he got a little extra confidence now that he won that belt back.
I said BA wasn't real happy with Rob at the end of that match.
Oh jeez.
He was grumpy, but when is he not grumpy anymore?
Well, no, because listen, when you've got a huge anniversary show for Thursday Night Throwdown coming up, you've got to advertise your big matches.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, but B.A. Malkin needs to realize that he hasn't defended the title yet since he won it.
Nope.
And I think the perfect time for him to make his first defense is on January 4th at the 1-year anniversary of Thursday Night Throwdown.
I agree.
Makes sense. It makes sense to me.
Hey, our whole crew is coming down.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
so
I think they were enticed by the idea of Connolly versus Camaro match for that show.
That we'll talk about later.
Oh yeah, we'll talk. We'll get there
Oh yeah.
because
We will.
we've got some good stuff coming up. I'll even announce some stuff tonight if you want.
Well,
Yay!
we were hoping you would, seeing as you're the boss down there and everything.
Oh yeah, trust me, they can't tell me no.
All right. So, Devontae and Tommy was next, right, Minderz?
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, I do
This
have the
was the
graphic for
match
that
that
one.
we could not decide on.
Yeah, this was probably my favorite match of the whole night. Just
Yeah,
being honest.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Although it got more fun a little bit later. But yes, this was my favorite match. But Tommy messing with Theo was probably my favorite thing of the night. It was great.
Yeah, that's gonna make for a bit of a hoss fight on our hands once those two lock it up.
And I'm excited for it. I'm here for it.
Me too.
Absolutely.
But anyway, so yeah, Devontae and Tommy. I really thought Tommy was going to pull it off there for a while. Really did.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Listen, Devontae Knox is one of the greatest young stars we've seen in 01 USA in the past couple of years. Tommy Davis, I think, is one of the greatest young stars we've seen at all in 01 USA, especially this year. Because Tommy Davis is real. I mean, this year alone, Tommy Davis has taken his time in wrestling and he has gone under the wings of numerous veterans in the business. He's made many debuts across the board. He made a debut in Tennessee. He made a debut at St. Louis Anarchy. He's been doing absolutely everything that there is to do because he really wants it, and he's proven that, and that's why he's getting as good as he is.
He's so good. Like
He's
every
very good.
time he's up, we always have a problem. Even with it being some of our favorite wrestlers, we have a problem picking against Tommy. It's like
Oh yeah.
that's we want Tommy to get there. So
Yeah, there's a guy I'd like to see go up against BA sometime. I think that'd be a really cool matchup.
is he in the
Absolutely.
Rumble tomorrow?
Tommy Davis?
Uh-huh.
Unfortunately, Tommy Davis is not available this week.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Devontae got the respect going.
Yep. Yep. So
Uh,
what was our
you know-
next match? Are
you
we
know, I gotta
Santa
say,
Claus
I'm
yet?
getting a little antsy waiting for Devontae to cash that briefcase in. I'm kind of getting on pins and needles because it's got to
Hey,
be
I'm
coming.
not going to tell him when he should. He knows when he
No,
should.
oh no, I'm sure he has a plan, but I'm itchy. I'm itching for it though.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, Devontae Knox, realistically, he's in a match with B.A. Malkin this week on Throwdown. If he wanted to, he could just cash in then.
Sure. Well, that'd really
I
make
don't-
BA mad.
Oh yeah.
Devontae, take notes. You don't have to. I'm not telling you to, but take notes. Anything to make BA mad at this point, because he's a
Devontae,
jerk.
please don't cuss at me, Devontae, like you did everyone else.
What do we have next, Reb?
I think next I don't have a graphic for it. I think it was Theo and DLC with Joey and Chan in Theo's corner.
I don't know. Reb, were you able to hear me on there telling Theo what he needed to do and get rid of the extra baggage that he's carrying around?
I heard your voice because voices carry and everything, but I couldn't quite make out what you were saying, so I wasn't sure what was going on there.
Yeah, I was telling Theo he needs to lose the extra baggage because I think if he lost the extra baggage, I think Edward would really get behind him.
Possibly.
But then again, we all know my love for Joey. So
Listen, yeah. I know your issues with Joey are very persistent, but like I wanted to point out, I mean, who is the one that slammed the door on Joey's head? Theo White. Mm-hmm. And that's because Theo wasn't paying attention. I saw it there, and Theo just thought he was slamming it on Conley, but Conley got out of the way. Mm-hmm. And Joey has been, yeah, exactly. Joey has been trying to fix things with Theo, but Theo has been the very argumentative one here. Theo has been the one that doesn't want to tear away. Like Joey's been trying to make amends. I mean, you saw it on Thursday. Joey was trying to help Tommy Davis out and pull Theo off him. I mean, Joey a week and a half ago on Thursday Night 2 weeks ago on Throwdown, tried to shake Tommy's hand because he got a win over Theo, and it was fair and square. So Theo's the one that's got the bad attitude here from what I've noticed. Because trust me, I don't necessarily like Joey any more than the next person. But it
Right.
seems like Theo has been the problem.
Okay.
Hmm.
I I don't know. If I kept getting told what to do all the time, I think I might have a problem too with whoever was telling me what to do all the time.
Maybe.
That's true.
Maybe.
Well, and then you gotta think Chan kind of stuck in the middle here because I think he's just trying to get them both on the same page to get back to doing the tag team business. But
Shane's just
it's,
worried
it's
about
been
getting coal from Santa Claus.
That- yeah, he was mad at Santa Claus because he didn't get his PS4, PS5, whatever he was supposed to
PS5.
get.
Now,
Yeah, his
and now he's
PS5.
scared because Joey's
I
wrestling Santa Claus this week.
I saw
yeah.
that.
Uh,
Chan's like, I've been good all year. I've been trying to stay on the good list.
He
Hey,
said that's why I've been gone for weeks.
Exactly.
oh, that poor
Okay, you've
bastard!
been gone
What
for
he
weeks
went through
'cause you
with
think you're
Connolly.
Roman Reigns. All right.
Hey, speaking of Chan Minders, he sent
Oh
you a video.
no. What did you do? Did you contact all the ones that don't like me? Is that
Oh
what's
no, there's some in there that like you, but
Okay.
Chan's a friend of the show. He's been on multiple times, so
Rob's hiding.
all right. Well,
All
here you
right.
go, Minders. And
All
he kind of
right.
cheated. I asked for like no more than 30 seconds. He
Uh-huh.
went a little long.
No.
So
Okay.
so here we go.
01 USA Shootout Podcast, hosted by Reb and Minderz. Of course, what's up, guys? I am the man, the myth, the legend, the mark with the mouth, the enthusiast. Big man Shannon, no, this is not a car promo. This is not a car promo whatsoever. Today is somebody's birthday. And Mark, I know, or Reb, or whatever you want to call yourself, you said to keep this under 30. Not keeping it under 30. I don't play by your rules, my rules, anybody else's rules. So, listen. Minderz, it's your birthday. Happy birthday. Best I can say about you is you're cool, I guess. I am a Minderz guy. I guess, question mark. But yeah. Happy birthday.
See, was that so bad?
That one wasn't as bad as BA's. Okay. All right.
Oh,
Hey,
is it over?
Rob, Chan's done now. Although he's doing
Okay.
another car promo, but that's okay.
See, he can't go on this video and say this is not a car promo when he's in a car cutting a promo.
Right?
It's so irritating because Chan got his start with me. All right, I've taught him a lot. And the number one rule about cutting a promo is be more creative than your car. and film it horizontally.
Right.
And another general rule is don't be an annoying ass, but that's
yeah.
hard to come by with Chan.
I was gonna say at the end we were talking about hot and heavy before Chan had to wish me happy birthday, which thanks Chan, and I guess you're kind of cool too? Question mark. But yeah. Did you see how Theo lost that match though against DLC? DLC now has another win over Theo,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and that was because of our good buddy Tommy Davis.
Now, I have a question. So
Uh-huh.
when, say, Joey does something to distract Theo's opponent, it caused Theo to get a win. Everybody boos and wants to hang him by his feet from the village square. But when Tommy does it to Theo, it's all a-okay, well and good. They couldn't be happier. It seems a bit of a double standard to me.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
I can kind of argue this one just a little bit. Is that all Tommy did was walk down there. Theo was the one that got distracted. Theo didn't keep his eye on the prize.
I get that. I agree. But
If Theo White wants to go out there and continue to stick his nose in business that it doesn't belong in, he's going to get a taste of his own medicine, which he did.
okay, fair enough.
Very much.
I will concede that point. All right. So after Theo's matches when we got the visit from old Chris Kringle coming down
Yes.
there and stunnering everybody and managed to keep his hair on, which is impressive, but the hat came off.
Yeah,
The
and
hat
I
came off.
wanted to talk about, like, right before that we saw, Theo jumped Tommy Davis and
Mm-hmm.
was beating him up, and Joey was trying to help Tommy, like, get off of him, Theo. Like, it's like you're the one that got distracted. And Tommy Davis, I mean, Tommy Davis just saw, you see someone who's aligned with your enemy. The friend of my enemy is my enemy, right?
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So Joey and Theo were friends. So, I mean, Tommy gave Joey a good one.
Mm-hmm.
And that
Joey
kind of
gave one
angered
back.
Joey O'Reilly. It didn't fare well for Tommy until
Right.
Santa Claus.
Right.
Just Santa Claus showed up.
Taking a super kick in street shoes does not seem like a fun night.
No.
Oh, no.
No.
No, trust me. When earlier this year, when Spencer Powers came to 01 USA and kicked me in the face, he wasn't wearing wrestling boots. He was wearing his heavy street boots that he wears.
Ouch.
Mm-hmm.
They're not fun.
No, not at all. Not at all.
No.
So what do we have up next, Reb? I'm
All right.
trying to remember.
Next up, we had the tag team match here. Myron and the Angler against Chris O'Brien and the Glitch. And the Glitch got a new haircut from the looks of things.
Yep.
Looking sharp,
Man. Meat Cannon Myron is just the master of the nunchucks. He's insane.
Yeah. Myron did a very good job.
He's the man. He is so cool.
I'm getting more and more impressed with the Angler each week. He's getting better. He's still got some work to do, but he is getting better. So
I have suggested to him. I said, "Listen, man, fishing is a great passion to have. Don't get me wrong, but you know what? Instead of going for 15 bass fishing trips and trophies a week, let's try to go with 7.
Yeah.
Just come to training, and I think he has been. So that's good.
Reb, did you ever tell Rob about your idea for Angler?
I don't think so. The idea that I had for his no DQ match with the Glitch. I suggested that he drop one of those big casting nets on Glitch from the balcony when he came out for his match, and just get him all tied up in there. Then give him a bit of an advantage, But
just straight out of a movie.
Oh yeah.
Well, and then you
it's
said
Christmas
he needed...
time, Home Alone,
Oh, Papa Cooper's in the chat.
Ooh, Big Daddy Chris.
Now,
Big Daddy
I'll
Chris.
have I'm being nice to the kid this month, so
I'm being nice to the kid this month.
I'm a man of my word. Haven't I been good so far, Minderz?
You've been good so far. I was talking more about Angler, and he needs a valet. He needs a valet or a manager.
Oh, yes. I told him he needs to find a valet named Annette.
Oh my God! Listen, I think he needs someone really cool. Who, a dark fisher? Ooh, like night fishing? That'd be cool. No, I'm talking about I'm thinking, if Angler gets a valet, it needs to be someone, majestic, mysterious, like an ice queen or something. Something cool.
That
like
would
mermaid.
Be cool.
Maybe the ice fisherman, the ice angler,
there you go.
something like that.
Yeah, and during the winter months, he could be the ice fisherman. And then when it gets warmer, he can go back to angling.
I see where Papa Pullman was going now.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense then.
He needs a hook.
I know. I grew up on a farm. I think my dad has a hay hook somewhere. I'm just saying.
All right. So anyway, Myron got the pin on that one.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll go from there.
Okay. Next up, we had there we go. Hippie Johnny versus Reign Victoria. Hippie had the luminary in his corner.
Sure did.
have you guys seen what's going on with Rain?
I have.
My goodness. I mean, Rain just like, so at the end of Myron and Angler picking up the win, I mean, the glitch was out there all alone because we forgot to mention Chris walked out onto the glitch.
Right.
Yeah, that we glossed over that point. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris hit the road. I heard him audibly say he thought he left the oven on. He got
Of course
something
he
in
did.
the oven, and I'm like, if it's been in
I
the
doubt
oven
he
for
cooks.
3
He's so
hours,
skinny.
well, I'm like, Chris, if you've left something in the oven for 3 hours, you need to
It's
buy
probably
a
done.
cooker. Or like, unless you're slow roasting a turkey or something. It
Right.
was Christmas time, so maybe.
Oh, Papa Cooper.
I'm sorry, Chris. You're the man. I gotta grab my charger real quick, y'all. Hang on.
You're good.
Well, so Minderz, you were in the house on Thursday. What was
Yes,
the energy like?
Jared, it's
Because
my birthday.
it is Minder's birthday, Jared. Actually, you know what?
What?
Hey, while Rob is out, we do have another video for you.
Uh-oh. Okay.
It's one of the nice ones.
Okay.
All right,
All
drop
right, so
your
here. Oh, you're good. All right, we're about to play another video for Minderz here, Rob. So here we go.
Hey, 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 it is 5-star Jesse J. And all I wanted to say was have a happy birthday. I know I haven't been there in a while at 01, but hopefully one day I'll make a return and kick some more ass. But until then, I hope you have a 5-star birthday and live it up.
Yay! Well, I know why he hasn't been there in a while. He's a papa now. So I'm assuming he is. I've seen him with pictures of a baby. So I'm assuming he's a papa now.
old 5-star.
Yeah, and 5 stars in the
One of our
chat. So I'm
favorites.
excited. Now, see, he started out as 2.5 stars with me. I wasn't a
Yeah,
huge
he had to
fan,
work his way up for you.
but then he worked his way up. So he's 5-star now.
Oh yeah. He's got that 5-star attitude. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, he does. But okay, so yeah, with Rain and the EOE and Rain trying to figure out just exactly who she is, and yeah, that's all very interesting.
I don't know. She threw some type of spell book into the ring when the glitch was out there. It was really weird. And there's a video that came out like with her talking to the EOE and the authentic in the mirror. I don't know what's going on. It seems complicated, but I hope she finds herself.
I do too.
I hope she gets it together.
I kind of want to see the EOE come back. I saw that. Thanks, Chris. Or 5-star. Make them lose stars. Yeah.
Papa Cooper, we try to keep it clean in the chat, my friend. Keep those F-bombs to yourself, man.
Come on, one time.
But yeah, I saw the spell book end up in the ring, which made me almost wonder. And Rob, maybe you have some insight to this. Remember when Rain got pulled to the back to begin with? Was Glitch maybe one of the minions?
Ooh, I don't know. I didn't look that far into it. I remember there was that J Brown Battle Royal like a year and a half ago where I beat up a bunch of things.
Yeah,
but
I remember that.
One of them was the glitch.
So yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious to see where this goes, and I'm curious which Rain we're going to get. I'm still partial to EOE, but
Either way, if the glitch was one of the minions, I mean that's pretty embarrassing. They got eliminated by Marvin.
Hey, you're talking about former heavyweight champion Marvin, sir. So.
Oh, sure.
Hey,
wait, was that the battle royal that Chris O'Brien is still technically in?
I think so.
I think so. I remember watching it back, and Chris just went through the middle rope.
Yep. So technically he's still in it, but
Good job, Chris.
He's Mr. Battle Royal in 01 USA.
yeah.
Better record than Curtis Axel.
Yeah. Okay, what do we have next? So we had Rain. Are we going to talk about the Luminary not being very happy with me?
Well, I'll let you talk about that, Minderz, because you got in a bit of a jaw-jacking match with the Luminary during that match.
Just a little bit. They were talking about how Hippie Johnny was going to win, and I said no. I said Rain was going to win, and when Jock had their back to the ring and started counting the 1, 2, 3 for the win, and then they turned around and saw it was the win for Rain, I let them go with it. I was like, yeah, you're right. 1, 2, 3. Yay. So yeah, Jacques not real happy with me. Shocker.
Yeah. How
I
do you
used to have
feel
so much respect
Hippie
for him.
is? How do you feel Hippie's adjusting to being a part of the light compared to when BA was involved? It seems like Hippie's more into it.
Well,
He's kind of embraced the
so
vision a little bit more.
well, it seems like Hippie is more into. Yeah, Hippie seems like he's allowing himself to be enlightened a lot more than BA was, but also not a good start losing the first match after you've been enlightened. So who knows? Maybe they'll turn it around tomorrow, but we'll get there.
Yep. Oh,
What
we'll get
was
to
the
that.
scream? What was the scream? It was after that match, wasn't it? Once EOE went back upstairs? Or was that no, that was when the book got thrown. The scream that came from the balcony.
Yeah.
Did we ever figure out who that was? Was it Rain?
I think it was Rain.
Okay.
It was Rain calling for help.
Okay.
Well, Papa Pullman, Hippie Johnny needs to lay off of something else.
All
We
right,
won't go
Reb.
there.
Yeah. I'll say this, I was hoping when Hippie joined the light, he was going to come out with like his hair bleach blonde and like hemp pants instead of the leather pants. I fully
Just
embrace
start
the
looking
hippiness.
Luminary.
Imitation is the best form of is the best form of flattery.
Yep. Ari's got
Ari.
recreational goodies.
Recreational goodies.
That's right, Jabari.
All right, so we have the main event left to talk about. Or I know you were very torn on this one, Minderz.
I
versus
was even
Anakin.
torn when it started. It was I had to get my stuff and move. I bet it was. Because I had to get my stuff and move a few times.
These are my good friends for years. I met Anakin about a year or about 6 months into my time in wrestling. You know, I've known Anakin Murphy since like 2016.
Yeah.
We've been really good friends since 2018, and you know, I've known Kenny Calix and been friends with him for about that long too. And it's just hard to know that me and Anakin and Kenny represent the rough customers, and to see those two going one-on-one, knowing the bond they have and the history that we all have together, that was very difficult. But they wanted it, and I request my roster, or I respect my roster. I don't request anything.
Yeah, that one, I'll tell you what though, that was a really good match, and the respect at the end of it was great.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, until Jacques and Hippie decided to do a little number on him. Seems like they're staking their claim to those tag titles.
Yeah, and we saw him come out and rush the ring and attack, constant headache, and had their hands on the belts, and even heard that debut of the new theme song they're going to use together and everything. You know, it's insane.
Yep. But all right, so that was last week. where do we want to go from here, Reb?
Well, well, first off, let's get to another birthday message for you, Minderz.
Oh, jeez.
Uh-oh.
Okay, this one you're probably you're gonna get a kick out of this. Okay.
Okay. Who's?
Uh-oh.
All right, listen up, dweeb. I know it's your birthday, and I know a lot of these other wrestlers are wishing you happy birthday, but I'm not going to. Listen, I'm here to tell you that if you start a "we" chant one more time, no, let go of my phone, let go.
Guess the camera person is a Minderz person because
Apparently. Maybe he had one of the new guys record it.
maybe
Because they like me.
that's true. Probably Jake, because Scott seems like he'd toe the line.
Yeah.
I think more than Jake would.
See, my issue is these videos are coming up, and I have to keep tapping my screen to unmute them, and then it takes forever for them to play, and they start halfway through. My internet sucks.
Aw, sorry. We'll send them to you, Rob, if you really want to see
I'll watch
them,
it back.
I
I'll just
want
watch it.
these. I better be getting these, Reb. You better be sending them to me.
Okay, I'll make sure you get them.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's talk about tomorrow, since we got the boss here with us. And first things first, let's talk about the Battle Royal for starters, because I don't have a graphic for that one.
Oh yeah. This is exciting. The Battle Royal is like I said, I need somebody that's going to challenge B.A. Malkin, and if B.A. Malkin's not going to give the opportunity for somebody to challenge for his title, then I'm going to give somebody the opportunity to challenge for his title. So I want to do a Battle Royal, and this Battle Royal is open to anybody on the Thursday Night Throwdown roster who wants to be part of it. So, I mean, come on out, have a good time, enjoy yourself, because, I mean, this Battle Royal, I mean, I'm signing names like crazy. I mean, I've got Brad Booker in there. I've got Devontae in there. I've put LDLC in there. Maybe Theo White's going to get a spot, I mean, heck, maybe I'll be nice and I'll throw Chan in there if he wants to be in there. Maybe I'll get in there. Maybe I want a piece of B.A. Malkin too.
Is Joey going to get in there?
We'll see. I know Joey's been very
He's got
hard
Santa
struck.
Claus, but yeah. Huh.
He's got Santa Claus, but he's been very hard struck on not having a championship. And Chan just looks like an idiot walking out there with two empty hands, just standing there waiting for people to show up. So
I agree. That intro or his announcing of their name anymore just doesn't quite have the same ring to it. So.
Well, considering he grabs the mic and has to talk for like 2 minutes, like he just did on the freaking thing earlier.
Right.
It's like, just get to the point, Chan. It's like 3 words anymore. You got to say 3 sentences and that's it.
Yeah, that's it. And then you're done. That's it. Just go. All right. So we have the Battle Royal tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Next up here we have, there you go, ATM and Scott Stanley. This is interesting.
I like this a lot, actually.
Yeah, yes. I mean, so I've got these guys both. I've put them in the Battle Royal too. Maybe I'll have some surprises for everyone in the Battle Royal. We'll have to see. But ATM and Scott Stanley, I mean, they've had their issues for months on Throwdown, right? I mean, going back the past couple of months, I mean, Jake Bosch was out of action one week, and it was like Scott Stanley was the only new guy there. And so Scott Stanley went one-on-one with ATM. ATM had a hand in injuring Jake Bosch, So, like, the fact of the matter is Scott Stanley's finally ready to settle the score. I mean, I don't know if you saw the video that's on social media right now on the Thursday Night Throwdown Facebook page. But I sent a contract down to the Forge Wrestling School. Camaro and Warhorse and Outlaw told me it was fine. And I sent a contract down there, hired up a little bit of local security, and got them involved to make sure that this thing would go as peacefully as possible. And that didn't work out.
Now, contract signings and peaceful seem to not be words that go together.
Not usually.
Yeah, and I need to stop because we just did one like a couple of weeks ago, right? And that went to hell. So I don't know why me not being present for one at the Forge, by all means, in a completely different state,
Right.
would go any better, but it sure did not.
You did it. I would say because wasn't it ATM that came out there trying to act or had on the shirt that Jake wears when for the Halloween battle royal? I'm pretty sure it
Oh, I
was,
don't remember.
and he ATM came out as Spider-Man wearing the new guy's
Yep,
shirt,
Oh,
while we had Scott Stanley as Mario.
okay.
that's right. That's right.
Rob, have you considered maybe bringing in somebody like the Cobra to be like a troubleshooting referee, like Sergeant Slaughter in the early '90s for WWF?
The Cobra.
Somebody's
Listen,
not going to take any crap.
I've had a lot of interest bringing in Cobra in, like maybe as a surprise to defend the junior heavyweight title. But his Thursdays are very booked up. I mean, that do you like that man's like outside of wrestling? That man's got a crazy personal. He's got like 42 kids or something like that. It's insane. So
And they're all in
Cobra,
different sports.
they're all in different sports, and they range from like 6 months old to like 25. It's weird. But Cobra's the man. I'm not throwing any shade. I mean,
Nope.
he's living his best life. He's so cool.
Yeah,
He is king.
he is king. We'll talk about him here in a minute when we get to
He's
Saturday
king.
shows.
Or Sir, as I call him.
Yeah, sir, as Rep calls him.
All right. Well, let's move on here. Next one I've got is a triple threat match. Bradley Booker, Devontae Knox, B.A. Malkin. Non-title, I'm sure.
Bradley.
Bradley.
Oh yeah, non-title. B.A. Malkin said, "If I have to defend, I'm not defending until I have to."
Unless Devontae cashes in.
Yeah,
Unless
then he would
Devontae
have
cashes,
to.
he'll have to.
You're taking the mask with you
But
tomorrow,
no.
Minderz?
I think I'm going to take the mask tomorrow. Take the
great.
mask tomorrow.
He may need it.
He might need it. I'm hoping he needs to be wearing those flying cakes, but maybe he'll get to taste the
Man.
cakes again.
Oh, he might need that mask. Good thing you're bringing the mask. He might need it
He
if he
might need
tastes
it.
those cakes one more time. Those cakes are what made him need the mask.
Yep. That's okay. I kind of wonder too, though, because BA seems to be focused on he wants to kill Jimmy Carrot, like he's going to be able to do it or something, and it's stupid. But
He wants to kill Jimmy Carrot.
it
I
seems
want to kill you, so I'm going to wrestle you in like the one match that you are so much more scarier in than any other match.
right, exactly. Huh? Hey, look, my buddy's here. Does he know he's on my? He's not on my favorite list right now.
I don't know. Hey, if he besmirches me publicly, does that waive the bet where I can be?
Nope. Save it all up for in 4 weeks. This bet was great, Rob. We should make Reb make these bets more often because this was like the best bet ever.
Not if I keep losing.
I know.
Just because you won yours.
I know. I won
Oh,
mine,
geez.
so I didn't have to be nice to Joey for a month. But yeah. So let's move on. What's our next match we got going on here?
Well, speaking of Joey, there you go. Father Christmas versus Joey O'Reilly.
Gosh.
I don't know if Santa's going to be a ring shape. Look, I mean, he looks kind of weathered in this picture.
Santa might be a little bit tired. He had he's had a busy few days, so.
Listen, I got a hold of Santa Claus to come in and do this match because Joey really wanted it. And Santa Claus said, "Look, good thing Christmas is on Monday. The show's on Thursday. I've got a 3-day grace period to get over that milk and cookies and the tiring load of delivering like 7 billion presents all around the world." And he told me he's ready to go. So
well, okay, alrighty then. I'm going with Santa in this one. I'm sorry, but I'm going with Santa.
Oh, we haven't been doing picks. I had a brain fart. I forgot we haven't been doing picks.
Well, I'm still going with Santa.
Okay, real quick. ATM or Stanley, Minderz?
ATM.
Me too. Rob? Well, you can't pick your GM.
You can't pick your
Oh,
GM. We won't put you on the spot.
That's a conflict of
Yeah,
interest, so I won't let you do
I'll bypass.
Okay.
that. Okay. B.A. Booker and Devontae Minderz.
Taste the cakes, baby.
You know what? I'm going to be bold. I'm picking Booker.
Okay.
This is the perfect match for him
Really?
to catch somebody by surprise.
Yeah. If Santa can beat the Martians, he can take Joey.
Who said that? Put that up. Who
Papa
said that?
Pullman.
Oh,
That's
of
Papa
course.
Pullman. Yeah.
Of course.
Yes.
All right.
Next up here. And we got our tag team match here. The Light versus Constant Headache. Also non-title, I would assume.
Main event.
Yes.
Main event.
Oh, this is for the titles. This is main
this is
event
for the title.
for
Okay.
the title.
Ooh, okay. All right. And is this the first time Hippie and Jacques have teamed up officially?
Headache and Light.
Yes.
So
So
if you're
I'm
looking
going
to
with
a light too
Constant
long, it will give
Headache.
you a constant headache. So
I'm going with Constant Headache.
I figured you
Obviously.
would. I am inclined to agree. I'm going to also go with the champs on this one.
But I think it's gonna be an interesting matchup. I'm really interested to see. I will be there tomorrow night, so I am going down. So
This could conceivably be a candidate for next year's Shooty for Thursday Night Throwdown Match of the Year. I'm just going to say it.
it could be. You know what? I've already put Bradley Booker on our Rookie of the Year, so he's on the candidate for one of those already. So
He is eligible, that's for sure.
Yep.
Well, you can say I love Constant Headache with all my heart, and I think the Light could be an impressive tag team. But I wouldn't say Shooty for Thursday Night Throwdown Match of the Year yet, when next week is a big main event.
Well,
but here's
true.
the thing. Here's the difference. For Thursday Night Throwdown, we try to stick with the guys that are there all the time. So like Camaro.
Like
We
Victor
tried
Jacques
not to.
didn't get the Match of the Year
Yeah.
this past year.
That's why Jacques didn't win Thursday Night Throwdown Wrestler of the Year, because they weren't there, or they were there all the time, but they're also on the main roster. So we try to keep that down to where it's just the guys that are mainstays on the Thursday Night Throwdown roster.
Although I do think Jacques was a candidate for was a nominee for Wrestler of the Year, like overall, like for
Yes.
the main show Wrestler of the Year. So
Yes.
so they got their flowers, no pun intended, for sure. So
But yeah.
all right, so looks like a very stacked card. I'm very curious about that Battle Royal tomorrow, so I'm gonna definitely watching the Patreon when that comes on. But with that said, before we get into
Wait,
the
so
20th,
speaking of Patreon, before you get there, and Rob was talking about ring announce or commentary earlier. Listening to him do the commentary when Benjamin Trust got yeeted by Camaro. He's all the way at Buffalo Wild Wings. That was great.
Oh my goodness.
Reb and I both went back and watched just to hear your commentary on what you said as he went flying.
I was curious because we'd seen the clip with no audio, but I was like, I wonder what they said about this when it happened. So I had to go back on the Patreon and check it out.
Yeah, I thought he was legitimately down the road somewhere. He had to be.
Oh, Benjamin.
Yes.
Well, listen, he calls himself the Jet. It's natural for a jet to fly.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
Whee! He hates my Wii chant, but I don't really care.
Hey, Minderz, are you ready for another birthday video?
Sure.
All right. I got one
I don't
for
know.
you.
It depends. Who is it?
Oh, I'm keeping this one, Mom.
Okay.
Here you go.
Hey Minderz, I heard it's your birthday.
What are you doing?
I'm wishing Minderz a happy birthday.
Who?
Minderz!
The one with the rainbow hair that does the podcast?
Yes.
Why would you do that?
Happy birthday.
Exactly. And you
So,
wonder why I don't like him.
so I'm gonna be dead honest with you. I'm gonna be dead honest with you. That one didn't even come up. I have no idea who that was.
Oh, it was Rain and Joey. Joey asked who it was, who was Minderz. Is that the
Oh,
one with the rainbow hair? Blah blah blah. Trying to be all smooth about it, and then walked away. And Rain's like, "Happy birthday, Minderz." I'm like, "Thank you, Rain. Appreciate it." Joey, go do something else.
jeez.
Well, before we let you go, Rob, let's talk a little bit about the 20th, the New Year's
Yeah.
Retribution show
Well, let's
here.
talk about the 4th. I know we don't have pictures, but there's some things that Rob needs to tell us
We
about
can
the 4th.
we can do that. Sure.
Because
Oh
that's before the
man.
20th.
So listen, January 4th, we've already got. It's a big deal, right? I mean, we've got B.A. Malkin defending his Thursday Night Throwdown title against somebody. We don't know who. Whoever wins the Battle Royal tomorrow night. But then we've also got that main event, the huge main event. I'd maybe call it the biggest main event in Thursday Night Throwdown history. Mad Dog Conley defending the heavyweight championship against Camaro Jackson. That's an exciting one. That'll be really good. But I was thinking, why stop at just 2 championship matches? Why only have 2? So I was thinking maybe we need a tag team title match. So
Okay.
the winners of the main event tomorrow night will go on to defend the tag team titles on January 4th at the anniversary show. And I've been thinking on who I want to challenge for the tag team titles. And it's got to be kind of a decently big deal. I mean, I know we're seeing Constant Headache versus the Light tomorrow. We've seen Constant Headache versus the O'Neills, and I was thinking, tag team titles, if Constant Headache retain, they'll have to defend against, somebody who maybe is like who's got some traction behind him, and I kind of thought about it a little bit. I kind of thought, maybe we do new guys, maybe we do like O'Neills or something. But I'm personally thinking, what if Constant Headache defend the titles against Hot and Heavy?
We're wondering when that was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
We've been wondering about that.
So now I have to sign the contracts for it. So I'm not going to 100% say it's official, but that is the goal. And listen, Joey O'Reilly and Theo White are gonna have to get their act together if they want to be champions again.
Yes, they are. Ooh, okay. All right. I'm still going Constant Headache. But so
They
here's
have
my
to find some
question.
way to counteract Chan, though, if that is the case.
Rob, you busy?
Fair. I'd love to manage again. That'd be great.
Yeah. So
Bring
since
back the rough customers.
will the EOE have to defend their Shining Light title that night also?
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking, why not make this a huge show and do like 4 title matches on a throwdown? Like, it's the anniversary. We've been here for 1 year. Let's make it big. So I've got to look into what I've got for next week. But I'm thinking about Reign defending the Shining Light title as well.
Can I throw a name out there? Can we throw some names out in the universe?
Yeah, I mean, what do you got?
I'm thinking Ashlyn Alexander.
Reign and Ashlyn. Okay.
Reb, how about you? We've got the man here. Let's throw our ideas at him now.
Put me on the spot here.
I am. Oh, Papa Pullman, we got Shaza later. We got Shaza on the 20th.
Somebody that I think has earned a bit of a rub as far as title matches goes in Edgewood, I think, is LDLC. I mean, he's gotten some pretty big wins over the last few weeks, so I wouldn't hate seeing him get a shot at somebody.
There you go.
Okay.
I mean,
So there's some
Well, we'll
ideas
see
for
how
you.
that turns out. Because I
distraction or
mean,
not,
yeah,
pinning Theo was
for me,
impressive.
like absolutely. I mean, and you look at it like the Shining Light after the Luminary won the then women's title. You know, the Shining Light title is gender equal. Anybody can challenge for it. It doesn't just have to be women. It can be men. It can be non-binary competitors. It can be anybody. So
They could be Chan.
truly, anybody is at stake for a Shining Light title match against Reign.
Reb, did you seriously just say Chan?
I said it could be Chan.
It's not
Not
going to
saying
be
it would go
Chan.
well for Chan.
Please don't let it be Chan.
Not going to be Chan.
Okay, thank you.
Just throwing it out there.
No, it's not gonna.
It's not gonna. You know what would be kind of funny though? Is if it was Jacques versus Hippie Johnny. But
yeah, and also because of this is one last thing for next week. I've been thinking, you know, Chris O'Brien wanted to walk out in a tag team match against the Angler and Myron, right? Well, you know what? I think Chris O'Brien needs to finish out what could have happened in that match. So I think next week Chris O'Brien's going to go one-on-one with the Angler.
Oh, good. Okay. That works.
That works, yeah.
I like that idea.
So
because we have to deal with
we've got a lot more coming.
Sweet.
Yeah, we've got a lot more to put on that card, so we're gonna see what happens.
And we're doing regular start time, right? Or are you guys starting earlier, or?
No, I think we're just starting at 8, like usual.
Okay.
I asked Dave for sure, but I think we're doing 8.
Okay. Well, I just with all the guns you guys got coming, I didn't know if you'd want to do a little bit longer since it was a big show. So
that's fair, and it is a Thursday. I'll talk to Dave. We'll see.
Okay. Well, why don't we can talk about the 20th, Reb.
Okay. So New Year's Retribution here. This picture's kind of blurry, but that's on me more than anything. We got 5 matches announced so far, if my math is right. All but 1 title matches, which is something to note for sure. Of course, we got the big 4-way match: Cobra defending the junior heavyweight title against Gary J, Victor Analog, and Warhorse.
Oh my gosh.
That's what we said.
That's what we said.
Goodness, I mean, probably the 4 greatest junior heavyweight champions, the 4 greatest junior heavyweights in 01 USA, perhaps in the Midwest. I mean, these guys, this is great. And you know what? I mean, that is a main event caliber matchup. I think it's the main event on January 20th, so that'll be really cool.
Oh, that's interesting.
Okay.
That's a bit of a bombshell there. I didn't know if that was going to be main event or not.
Now you were talking earlier, Reb, and you said something about Devontae. You were starting to get itchy for him to cash in that briefcase.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't put it past him to be watching this match real close.
Oh, absolutely.
Because let's think about it. We got Gary J, who just doesn't care, is going to beat everybody up.
True.
You got Victor, who wants his title back. You've got Warhorse, that for some reason has been on a downward spiral here lately and been upset and feels like he needs to prove something. So you've got him coming back, and if he was to win that title again, he'd be 4-time champion. And then you got the King, which you can't look past the King.
No.
So
if you look past the King, he will kick you in the face.
Yeah,
yes, he will.
If you'll indulge me, I do have there's some real drilling here, like farther than just the names in the match. I mean, looking at Warhorse, I mean, his whole deal right now is that he, like 3 or 4 years ago, was the independent wrestling world champion, represented by IWTV. He was the independent wrestling world champion. He was defending that title, traveling the world as the independent wrestling world champion. He was really making a name for himself. He was at the top of the ladder, not just in the Midwest, not just in 01 USA, but in the country Almost every independent wrestling fan that knew indie wrestling on a national level knew who Warhorse was. And I mean, now look at him. He's lost matches. I mean, he had the shortest title reign in 01 USA that I believe he's ever had. At just, a little over a month with the junior heavyweight title. And he's really he started to go downhill, and like he's not at the place he was. He's not on the top of the independents anymore. He's nowhere near the independent wrestling world title like he was, and now he's trying to prove himself. And I believe this weekend he's got a match one-on-one, I believe, with Marcus Mathers. And if he and the deal is, if Warhorse doesn't win that match, then Warhorse will be done with wrestling. So I guess we have to say maybe Warhorse will be in this match on January 20th, because Warhorse may not be around past this weekend.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to see how that goes. And Warhorse is taking it really hard on himself. And I mean, and just he's getting kicked while he's down because he's already in this bad state of mind. And like, he was leaving Glory Pro a week or two ago and just saw one of his trading cards in the mud on the ground outside, next to an empty shot glass. So it's really difficult for Warhorse right now because he's not respected like he was. He's not as important as he was a few years ago. And if he can't make that happen and can't reclaim the throne, then he doesn't want to be here anymore. And, so that's the deal with Warhorse. But also to look at it from a different perspective, Victor Analog has a lot to prove. If Warhorse makes it to this match January 20th, Victor's got everything to prove, because Victor Analog, he's defeated Gary J on numerous occasions. He's defeated DeCobra on numerous occasions. Victor Analog, I don't believe, has ever defeated Warhorse. So he has to prove himself. He has to beat Warhorse. And I think that's what's important, is he's not just worried about pinning someone for the title. I think Victor's focus in this match is going to be on pinning Warhorse to win the title. Yeah, and there's one more point. I mean, Gary J was the junior heavyweight champion when I first started at 01 USA. My very first show was the steel cage match between Gary J and Warhorse in the main event for the title, where Gary walked in as the defending champion and Warhorse picked up his second junior heavyweight title reign. And so that's really cool. And I mean, DeCobra has put in over 17 years now, not just at 01 USA, but before that, Supreme League of Wrestling, all in Mattoon, Illinois. DeCobra has dedicated his entire career, and he's finally the junior heavyweight champion. So he is going to be on the lookout, too, to prove that he can stand toe-to-toe with the best in the Midwest when it comes to junior heavyweights.
Yeah. There's just so much with this match that we're all so excited about this one. So excited.
Yes.
But yeah, when it first got announced, all of us were like,
Oh, yeah.
to what? What? We're doing that? Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
We're doing this.
We're
And
doing
I was
this.
surprised because like right before the December show, I kind of got a version of a possible card for January. And it only had Victor, Warhorse, and Cobra, which already would have been a main event in itself. But adding a veteran and a mainstay of 01 USA and the Midwest itself in Gary J, holy crap!
Business picked up. Let's have some fun.
Man.
All right. Well, let's move on to the next thing I have here. It was our feud of the year last year, Minderz, and it could very easily be the feud of the year this year.
They might go back to back with feuds of the year. I'm just saying.
So BA versus Carrot, no DQ this time. I don't know what they're going to.
Do you remember what happened when Jacques went with a no DQ against Carrot? I'm hoping that y'all hide the drills. That's all I'm saying. Because if not, BA's going to have a drill in the back of his head. I'm just. And then you guys are, and then 01's doing this VIP special with these chairs. I'm not
Oh,
sure that's a
gee.
great idea.
Oh, gee.
I'm not sure it's a great idea. But
Man.
okay.
Oh my word. Yeah, it's anything that isn't tied down could potentially be used to bludgeon B.A. Malkin in this match. And
Here's the thing. It could be used to bludgeon Jimmy Carrot in this match, though, too.
this is true.
I mean, we all think that Carrot's going to take care of business with BA. Regardless, business is going to get taken care of. I think.
Mhm.
We'll see.
Oh,
But-
yeah.
But it's a no DQ match. We saw what happened with the no DQ match between Carrot and Jacques. BA interfered.
Mhm.
Who's
That's where it all
BA going to
started.
pay
Almost
off?
a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's BA going to pay off to interfere in this match?
Well,
'Cause
I have no idea.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think anybody particularly likes BA in the locker room.
no. No.
Not at all.
And they're smart.
Yeah. Hey, he sent you a birthday message. Be nice.
Okay.
He sent you a birthday message.
He sent me a birthday message where he said
Wasn't
my
the
fudge was
kindest.
disgusting. So yeah, okay.
He said terrible, but I
Terrible.
disagree.
My bad.
I disagreed. I said it was good.
Well, I'm not mad at you. At least not
No.
this week. That was a couple weeks ago when you were salty with me. Don't forget.
Well, you made me mad that week.
I did make you mad. I did. I took Strike Force from him. We had our
fantasy draft.
We had our fantasy draft, and I took Strike Force from him.
I mean, I love Strike Force, but who takes them with the first pick overall? I mean, only somebody who has spite in their heart, and that was Minderz.
Spite in her.
I don't know, Minderz, do you have a Tito Santana t-shirt? I don't think you do.
I had a Strike Force t-shirt, but I wore it out. I did.
Well, let's move on before I get Judy Martin angry.
Are you a good Judy?
Come on. Minderz is just trying to be a good Judy.
I'm just trying to be a good Judy. AJ or Barry's still mad about AJ taking Judy Martin from him.
Well, I actually had to go back and watch the video from that show just to see his reaction again on the
It was great. Yeah, Rob, if you haven't checked it out, you need to check it out because that was pretty hilarious. But
all right.
Let's focus and move on. We're jumping the rail and we're on the wrong show to do that.
That's true. All right, Tag Team Championship. You mentioned possibly Hot and Heavy for the fourth, but they're going to get a shot here too in this four-way match. That Constant Headache, Hot and Heavy, High Life, Casey and O'Brien.
This is a big reason that I'm considering Hot and Heavy for the titles next week on the anniversary show, because no one will have to make a change to the card in Mattoon if they were to win. Now, I don't want to say they might win, but as a general manager, I have to be unbiased. But Anakin and Kenny are my friends, and I think they'll whoop any ass all day, every day. But it's a lot better to make a match where you don't have to change anything down the line, depending on the winner.
When you made the mention of Hot and Heavy, that actually was the first thing that popped in my head was, well, they're in that four-way and on the 20th, so that would still work. But
right.
Yeah, I thought about that.
So if you want to look at everyone in this match, I mean, Anakin and Kenny are, just the greatest up-and-coming tag team story you could ever think of. I mean, debuting at 0-1 in June, they were supposed to have their tag team title match. Premiere no-showed. Supposed to happen in July. Premiere no-showed. August. Premiere no-showed. They finally show up in September, and they lose. I mean, it was destined to happen, and I think Campbell Myers knew that. So, I mean, that's Anakin Murphy and Kenny Calix have run rampant and have defeated just about everybody. I mean, they beat Power Trip. Jake Lander's a former Triple Crown champion. Jake Lander was a tag team champion, junior heavyweight champion. Jake Lander was a former heavyweight champion. Jared Allen is a former championship challenger, and so I mean they've done a lot, and so I mean defeating Power Trip is probably one of the bigger wins. Defeating Country Air was a big one too.
Yeah.
So I mean, really, really cool for
Yeah.
Constant Headache, and then Hot and Heavy, obviously. They've been doing their thing since after War Games earlier this year. Hot and Heavy have really made a name for themselves too. I mean, individually, they have been very successful, and now this is their chance to come back from that loss. That they've just suffered earlier this month. Looking at living the high life, I mean, this is just a dream come true for people like CMC who grew up who grew up watching people like Jordan Perry, sitting in the front row at places like 01 USA or places like New Midwest. I mean, watching Jordan Perry front and center in the ring and being able to be able. I'm so sorry.
You're fine.
Being able to wrestle him in the ring, and I mean, CMC went out and did he said words to Jordan Perry that nobody else would have had the balls to say, because that's Jordan Perry. He's the guy. He's the chairman. But CMC said, Jordan, you're not who you used to be. You've fallen off, and you need to get back to the glory you once had. And I mean, Jordan Perry seems to have finally gotten rid of the ways of the lowlifes too, and he's finally coming around here. And so Jordan Perry and CMC, I mean, that is a credible tag team as well to be challenging. But look at Casey Jackson and Chris O'Brien. Chris O'Brien, he's got a lot of tag team history with Devontae Knox. They've held tag team titles elsewhere, not in 01 USA, but they have been tag team champions together before. Turning his back on Devontae was a very interesting choice for Chris O'Brien. But love him or hate him, what better veteran is there to follow than KC Jackson? KC Jackson is one of the greatest singles and tag team competitors in the central to eastern part of Illinois. I mean, he was very successful with the Mississippi Madman, the late Don Jackson, as the money-making Jam Boys, and now taking some of that knowledge and imparting it onto Chris O'Brien is very impressive as well.
Mm-hmm. And Perry's been trying to do that with Devontae too, but Devontae hasn't really been jumping on it.
Oh yeah, Devontae. I mean, look, Devontae. The reason that Chris is with KC is because Devontae went to cash in his briefcase one week on Throwdown, and Chris clocked him in the head with it. Because Chris thought Devontae should have been cashing it in on a tag team title match instead of a singles title match. And that's where Devontae's frustrations really kicked in. So, I think Chris and KC really need to stop trying with Devontae, because Devontae is just going to do what he feels he needs to do.
Yeah. Yeah, not for nothing. Chris caught him with the corner of that briefcase too when he waffled him. That made my head hurt.
Oh yeah.
Right.
So what else we got, Red?
All right, Shining Light Championship. Reign Victoria defending against Shaza McKenzie. Again, depending on if she still has the title after the 4th, if that title match does happen. Minderz, you were there for the first match on Christmas Chaos. So what are you thinking going into this one?
I don't know. Shaza is a force to be reckoned with. She really is. And Reign is also a force to be reckoned with. And this is another pick'em. I don't think there's not a clear-cut winner for me. As much as I would love to see Reign retain, Shaza is just so good. But they're both so good, it's hard to... I mean, Reign... I think it's all going to depend with whatever Reign figures out between her and the EOE and what's going on there. So once that gets decided, I think that'll be more of where we'll be able to pick if it's going to be Shaza or if it's going to be Reign. Because Reign needs to get her head straight. Rain's got to get her head straight on who is she? Is she the corn-fed? Is she EOE? Or is the EOE coming out? Or is she going to try to keep her buried down?
Right.
What's going to happen?
Yeah. Now, we're not doing picks necessarily this week because we got a couple more weeks before that. But I will say this, though. EOE is a very different animal from Authentic Rain. And
Yes.
EOE with a championship is a completely different animal altogether.
Yes.
So that's going to be a big factor, I think, in the outcome of that match.
Yeah, I mean, Rain is like what, a 2 or 3 time champion? I think a 3-time champion. Yes, no, maybe so.
At least I know at least 2.
Yeah, at least 2. And Rain was without that title for 2.5 years. I mean, she was defeated by Sky Blue. Sky Blue never lost the title. I mean, Sky Blue. The title was vacated because Sky Blue, like, over the summer in 2021, took off. So,
yep.
Yeah, I mean, Sky Blue's off to do bigger and better things, obviously. And so, like, we vacated the title, and Rain had a chance to vie for it in the Josei Taki tournament in early 2022 after a year without the title. And, like, she was unable to do it because Max the Impaler was there. And they ran with that title for a year.
Yeah.
And the Luminary was the one to take it off of Max the Impaler. And look at what Max is doing now.
Yeah.
I mean, Max is insane, doing residencies in Japan and stuff. There's my dog barking.
Sorry,
Max has a shot at the
yet.
TV title in the NWA coming up. So
yeah, they have done a lot with NWA and all that stuff too. So Max is really making a name for themselves as well. And then the Luminary is really starting to finally get some opportunities and get out there too. So, I mean, that Shining Light title is the key to a lot of success for a lot of people. And now Rain's got it back. And I'll be damned if anyone thinks they're just going to walk in and take it off of Rain in 2 seconds.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Especially with the EOE being back. I'm completely agree with you on all of that.
Right. If there's anything we've learned knowing Reign Victoria and 01 USA, it is that Reign Victoria is not a flash in the pan, especially the EOE is not a flash in the pan. The EOE Reign Victoria is a force to be reckoned with, like you said.
Yeah. Very much so.
Yes. All right. So the last match that I have for the 20th is the world title match. Mad Dog Connolly defending against KLD. I hope that the ring will be reinforced for this one because it could be a lot of impact on that match on the 20th.
To say here's your house fight.
Yeah.
You're right. And I mean, I have to be careful with how I talk about this match because KLD is my boss down at WrestleMax STL. I might lose the spot if I talk bad about KLD. I wouldn't say anything bad about KLD. I would just say I don't know if I agree with the fact that he just cut short the celebration of Mad Dog Connolly and like bum rushed him. But obviously, he's got a statement to make, and the way you make that statement is by staking your claim ASAP. And that is what KLD did on December 9th, and that is what he is doing January 20th, one-on-one with Conley. Like you said, a hoss fight. KLD, since his return, he's been out of it. I mean, since he tore his bicep in 2019, he kind of started to come back, and then COVID happened, and he kind of started to come back, and I think he had another injury. Then he kind of started to come back, and he had a throat surgery in June of this year. And so he's finally starting to get a steady rhythm going again, making a name for himself back down in St. Louis, making a name for himself in like Cape Girardeau, Missouri, and now coming back to Mattoon to really make a name for himself there.
Yeah, I would say I remember KLD when he was with No New Friends, with him and at the time Danny Adams and Mike Outlaw. So yeah, when he came back, I was so stoked.
Yeah.
But then to see him turn around and go after Conley, my heart kind of broke. My heart kind of broke a little bit, just because Conley has worked so hard to get to that point and has changed so many things about
Right.
him and all that. And it's like, just to have KLD come back, and am I super excited? Yeah, of course I am. But Conley has really grown on me since he was become the Mad Dog. So I'm
Right.
torn.
The emotion that I felt, that I felt being on commentary when Conley won the title. I mean, like I said, I was his manager for like 2.5 years, and the emotions that went through my soul, really, seeing him win that title finally. I mean, I've known him for years and years, since he started training,
Yeah.
and seeing him win that title and seeing KLD attack him and ruin the biggest moment of Conley's career. I mean, that was just really despicable.
Yeah. The emotion in the building when Conley won, I would almost put it equal to when Marvin won. Just to
I'd
kind of give
almost
you an
put it
idea of
above
how much the pop was, because that pop was huge.
I think with Marvin, it was more of the shock
Yeah,
that
shock and
that
awe.
Marvin did. Right. Connolly, it was
Yeah,
just
with Marvin, it was
it's been
shock and
brewing.
awe.
Yeah. With Connolly, it's
Right,
been brewing
Marvin
for
was shock
months.
and awe, and Conley was like, finally,
Yeah.
finally, he was looking for that title for like a year and a half.
Yep.
Ever
Because
since
started
he
with
broke away from the
Camaro.
premiere.
I was gonna say,
Mhm.
started back with Camaro. Jeez,
Yeah.
that's been crazy. So much.
Uh,
It's crazy how much 01 has changed. And Rob, I know you can kind of attest to this, of how much it's changed since I started going, which was pre-COVID. And I remember the first show I went to was the main Lander fought Jordan Grace. Jake St. Patrick was there. It was one of the tournaments.
Oh,
It was Gary J.
the Tenkaichi tournament. Yeah,
Yeah, it was
that
and
yeah
that wow. I saw that
yeah
and I was hooked.
right. When I started going, I mean, it was May of 2018, and I mean, we had Christian Rose defending the heavyweight title against Marco Stunt.
Yeah.
Which I mean, what a match! That was insane. But
Here we
and
say
you
all
know,
the jokes about Lander being short, but yeah, Marco Stunt was in
oh
01 at
yeah,
one point.
Marco Stunt. Aside from Hornswoggle, who had that one match, Marco Stunt's got to be the shortest competitor in 01 U. Well, Ralph might be shorter.
Oh, that's
But
true. Ralph
anyway,
might be shorter.
because Ralph was a tag team champion at one point. When's my time? Maybe I
When's
need
your
a
time?
maybe I need a veteran to team with in a steel cage match.
well, I'm just saying, you can introduce the 01 six-man tag team title and have the rough customers go for it.
There you go.
Just saying, there's an option.
Oh, that'd be great. I'll stand on the outside and watch.
Yeah, there you go. Just every now and then somebody gets too close, just throw the big soup bone and knock them on their butt,
There you go.
Oh yeah,
Got the best punches in the business, Rob.
I'll throw a punch.
We know. We've seen them.
Oh, my
But
goodness. Well,
Reb, do we want to let? Are we done with all my birth? Please tell me we're done with all my birthday wishes.
well, there was supposed to be one more. I hope I didn't delete it here. Uh, oh, good. I found it. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Hello, everyone, and especially Minderz. I just wanted to say a quick happy birthday message to Minderz from the 01 Shootout podcast. I want to thank you guys for having me as a guest as often as you have, for being as supportive as you have been. And I want to say, especially to Minderz, thank you for doing what you do. And just keep it up. We all appreciate it. Bye.
Why do you get feeling so? He was looking for somebody that might have been hunting him. The way he was.
Well, have you been seeing what's been on BA's Instagram?
I don't follow BA on Instagram.
Oh yeah, BA is looking for Carrot.
Oh, did he go back in the woods?
He keeps asking, where's Carrot?
Well, he's a hard man to
So
find.
he is.
That man, listen, that man in the woods. That man has been in the woods, like with having bonfires, looking for Jimmy Carrot, like staying the night in the woods.
I'm scared if he actually finds him in the woods. We might not see BA anymore.
Oh,
Just-
oh my gosh.
I kind of hope BA doesn't find him. I'm just saying.
Right. Oh,
I'd
yeah,
like
'cause
for
then
that
we'll have a
match to happen on the 20th.
Like how we're not concerned about anybody's well-being. It's just we won't get a match.
We won't get a match.
Oh my goodness.
It'll turn into the celebration of life of being.
Yeah, there you go. That works for me. I like it.
Oh my goodness. Well, Rob, I feel like we've kept you for too long. It's been almost an hour and a half. Thank you for joining up with us. Again, thank you for helping fill in when Minderz was in Dirty Vegas about a month ago.
Oh,
Is there anything you want to say before we let you get out of here?
oh gosh, you can check me out on all kinds of social media. I've got X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram. I'm on Facebook, obviously. At the Robert Leach. Check that out. THE Robert Leach. That's ROBERTLEACH. I've got ProWrestlingTees.com/the Robert Leach. If you want all my links to all my social media, I think it's linktr.ee/the Robert Leach. So check that out. And that's all my links to everywhere you'll need to go to find out and like keep up to date with me and what I'm doing. Other than that, I've got one show left in the year, and that's tomorrow night, and we're ready to go for 2024.
All right. Well,
All
Rob,
right.
have a great show tomorrow, sir, and
I'll see you there.
next Thursday.
Thank you. Absolutely.
All right.
Bye. Thank you.
Yep. There we go. Well, that was fun.
That was fun.
Rob's good people.
He is. I'm glad he was on tonight.
Yes. So Minderz, what do you say we pay some bills because I know you're itching to put dynamite on.
No, I'm really not. But I do have a birthday cake. Get that thing off the screen. I do have a birthday cake waiting for me in the other room.
Oh, then we'll be quick.
Okay.
All right. Now we don't have to plug the fudge, so I don't have to worry about
Nope,
that
we're
graphic.
done with fudge. Well, BA already did that for us, but he said it was
Right.
terrible. So
Yes. But you got a glowing disagreement, not only from me, but also from Rob on that
Yep.
point. So, all right. So let's pay some bills real quick and then we'll get out of here. ProWrestlingTees.com/JTRpod for everything you could ask for from the Jumping the Rail Podcast Network. Just a few samples there. You can, well, I keep wanting to put that Prodigy shirt up, but I can't because of the nature of the bet. So I guess ignore that bottom right corner for now. But you get all kinds of good stuff there. Brainbustertees.com/JT, I'm sorry, .com/others/JTR-podcast-network. I've been doing so good and I messed it up that time.
it happens.
Even more stuff from the Shootout, from Gold Rush, from the Jumping the Rail podcast, t-shirts, sweatshirts, caps, hoodies, stickers, fanny packs, you name it, we got it, including we have our zip-up hoodies for the Jumping the Rail podcast and for the Shootout, if you're interested in that. If you are a fan of the Birthday Girl, you can get any number of t-shirts sponging your affection for her with the I'm a
Did
Minderz
I
guy
see
girl.
that we've actually sold like 5 of them?
I think so, yeah. That's our biggest seller, I think.
That's scary.
But if not to be outdone, you can also get this nifty Prodigy shirt here with my face on it. I mean, I'm not the prettiest girl at the ball, but I'll do as they say.
Yeah, but you have your face on yours. My face isn't on mine, so that's the reason mine's the better seller.
I could go back and put your face on the back of.
That would actually be kind of fun, but that's okay. You don't have to do that.
Yeah, that's a lot of work. If you're an ECW fan, you can get the JTFNR shirt here. Also, that's I think our newest one. 01 USA merchandise at all the shows. You can get T-shirts, bottles, water bottles, coffee cups, tumblers, travel mugs, all kinds of good stuff there. Some of the logos you can pick from for t-shirts. You can get the Fighting Athletes 206 one. You can get the Get Your Shit and Move shirt. You can get the authentic Reign Victoria shirt. We don't know if she's gonna be back at the match on the 20th. So if she's there, you'll have your Corn-Fed Hero shirt. Otherwise, you got the EOE shirt there,
I got mine last week. I was so excited.
very nice. And then, of course, if you're a Kiss fan, you can get the 01 Army shirt there. 01 USA versus everyone. Multiple colors, multiple options there. I've got this red and black one. I think it's very cool. If you want a Thursday Night Throwdown shirt, they got a couple new logos there. You can see the TNT one. You got the Lucha style, old timey wrestling style one there. Patreon.com/01USA. Not only do they have this match up for viewing between Lander and Cobra back when they were just pups.
And I meant to ask Rob about it because if you watch this match, you see a baby Rob in it. There's a baby Rob in the front seat.
I still have to go back and watch it. But also, they do have the first Terre Haute show up available now on Patreon. You can see, well, if you can see Joey O'Reilly versus ZDP in the main event on that one. There's good stuff on there. Cobra and Devante, I think, was in that.
Yeah, that was on
show.
that. Country Air and Constant Headache.
High Life's had a match with Marvin and Kyle, I think.
Was it? Yeah, that's one thing we didn't talk about. I'm going to throw it in there right now. Did you notice? This is the thing. So Christmas Chaos happened. Team Unbelievable won the match. At Christmas Chaos against the High Lives.
But they're not in the title match.
I wouldn't be surprised if the High Lives kind of get a little wrench thrown in their plans.
They could make something happen. I don't know.
Yeah.
Remains to be seen. But we'll have to wait and see on the 20th. But in the meantime, you're going to Throwdown tomorrow night, Minderz, you said, right?
I am. Yes.
All right. And then next week we're all going. You, me, the wife, the boys. And we're gonna.
Or we think everybody's going.
We think. That's the plan. And man, Connolly and Camaro for the title was a big selling point for me. But then all this extra stuff Rob threw out for next week is pretty darn intriguing.
And we'll get to give Camaro his shooty.
Yes, and then hopefully we'll be able to give Warhorse his at the show on the 20th.
Because that's the only two we have left to give out, and then we can put all the pictures up.
Otherwise, I still have to give the O'Neills theirs, but they haven't been up here in a while.
Oh, okay.
We may have to just drive to St. Louis, go to the Forge, and just hand them out.
Well, I am driving to Indianapolis this weekend, so.
Don't you mean Mindianapolis?
Mindianapolis.
Mindiana.
No, I take that back. I'm not going to Mindiana. I'm going to Mindiana because I'm going to Brazil. So.
We are going to Mindianapolis in April, though. Sportsicle Expo.
No, we're going in March.
I keep saying April because it's always been in April. It's like the last weekend of March, but
it's the last weekend of March.
We're going to see former women's champion Sky Blue there.
Yep, and I'm going to get Bari to take the 01 championship belt that he has, and we're going to get Sky Blue to sign it.
And
I gotta remember to take my face mask down for BA tomorrow, so that way when Devante breaks his nose again. When
we don't wish harm on anyone, Minderz.
When he was not that nice to me in my birthday
he was a little
video.
salty. I'll admit he was a little salty on the video. He did say happy birthday though.
Although between him and Benjamin Trust, I'm not sure which one was.
Well, we'll never know because Trust got the phone taken away from him.
Which is great.
I think meanie of the day goes to Joey though, if I had to guess.
Yeah. Joey, well, I didn't expect anything less from Joey though.
Well, no. But thanks to all the 01 stars that sent the videos in.
And Reb, since this is the last show of the year, I might get a little emotional on you here just a little bit. When we started this out, it was going to be an every other week thing.
Yes.
And then it turned into this every week thing. And then I broke my foot in April. this podcast has probably been, it was the one thing I looked forward to every week when I broke my foot. It was the one thing that kept my spirits up. So I need to thank you, and I need to thank everybody that listens to us. That, yeah, I get it's my birthday or whatever, but had it not been for this podcast, I'm not sure where I would be right now. So, yep, having my little moment. Sorry. And back
Well,
to our regular scheduling program.
well, Minderz, I'll just say I couldn't do this show without you for the knowledge that you have, and I knew next to nothing about Zero One when we started this thing outside of the handful of shows I had been to. So you have been a huge help to me, not only here but also on jumping the rail on the network. And we got to see you on Hootmas this past weekend and hang out.
Goodness.
You showed me
I
some
see
old
Dusty. I see Dusty in the
yeah,
background there.
Dusty's still there. Uh, you guys showed me some IWAU stuff on the YouTube.
We showed you some UWC stuff too.
Yeah, and so I got a little bit of an education for some of these guys that I haven't seen, like their pre-01 stuff. So that was fun.
Baby Joey. Baby Joey. He's still a baby, but
Ugh. But with that said, Minderz, next week we are going to be joined by the sheriff of Shotgun City.
he wished me
I
a
don't know
happy
if you
birthday on my Facebook. Did you see
he
that?
did he did. Yeah, I didn't hit him up for a video. I figured he would.
That's okay. I asked him very nicely not to arrest me tonight. So,
Yes,
because I
yes.
might decide to go out and have a drink or two. So,
Ah, well, so yeah, Clayton Clark is going to join us next Wednesday. That should be fun.
and it
Since
seems that everybody else around here likes him. And yet I know who he truly is.
now, Minderz,
What?
be cool.
I
Now,
got to be nice next
if he
week.
was coming on JTR, you could
Oh,
unleash
I'd
all
have
your
fun.
fury.
I'd have so much fun if he was on JTR, but I got to be nice to him next week.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so we got Clayton on the 3rd. I think the week after that is when we have Sarah, right?
Stepstool
Stepstool
Sarah.
Sarah.
The
Swiss
Swiss
Army
Army
Knife of Pro
Knife of
Wrestling.
Wrestling.
And then the week after that, I'm going to double check my calendar here because
We're
I
working
swear.
on that one, but we have reached out to KLD for the week after that one.
Yes, and
Because that
then
would be the 17th.
right. And after that, we are working on getting some bookings going.
Although on the 16th on our other program,
yes,
I got to put
we'll
this
have,
one out there because we've got Mike Outlaw.
yes, very exciting. We're looking forward to that one.
And I know we've got some other things in the works for the other show too. If anybody hasn't seen Jake Oman, find stuff on him because he's kind of amazing.
Yes, Jack Vaughn.
And Jack Vaughn, we've got some feelers out for some pretty good guests. Aaron Williams,
I'm slapping my thigh just thinking about it.
right?
So yeah, we got some things cooking here on the network. So stay tuned for developments. Minderz, let's get out of here. I know you want to get to your cake. So
Yeah.
all right. So until next week, hope you guys all have a festive and happy and safe New Year. And thanks to Rob Leach for joining us today. And for Minderz, this is Red reminding you all life is hard, work stiff. We'll see you guys next week.